Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for October 14th through the 20th. I'm going to be taking a look at what is coming up for you for the next 7 days. I'm going to start by looking at your current situation, where things are heading for you, the internal and external energies affecting you, as well as your outcome. This is a general reading and it may not resonate for everyone. If it resonates for you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel as it helps me to pick up on your energy for all future reads. At the end of your reading, I will be pulling an oracle message for you from the Moonology Oracle deck to give us some more insight, guidance, and clarification on your situation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in for Aries. Show me their current situation, where things are heading, and the outcome for October 14th through the 20th. All right, so overall energy to your reading is going to be the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and this is really coming off as, oh, let's adjust that setting to where it's not blurry. There you go. Sorry about that. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune overall energy coming out. Nothing good lasts forever, but nothing bad lasts forever as well. That Wheel of Fortune keeps turning. I'm seeing that dynamic kind of unfold in your reading here. We do have the 10 of Pentacles coming out as your current situation. I really like that energy. You know, if you're in a relationship, it looks really good. I see a lot of appreciation of all the things that you have done for yourself. Spending time with family, having that support of family to be there for you, whether it is a family you've created with somebody else or your family that you have, also looking at everything you've done and achieved so far. So it's really good energy and I love that for you. Where things are heading for the next 7 days is the Knight of Pentacles. So the work that you're putting in towards something that is in your material world is going to really show a lot of success here. But I also see a procrastination from somebody that's tied up in your reading. The Five of Cups comes out as the energy you're bringing to your reading. So you have some disappointment about something that has happened in the past that, you know, you've kind of reflected on, and, you know, you still have those feelings of how something didn't work out and what that looks like. Try not to hold on to that energy for too long, you know, move past it. Reflect on it, heal it, move past it, so that way you're not, you know, stuck constantly looking back. And I don't see you doing that, but something is bothering you. So we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming out in reverse for the energy of somebody who's tied up to your reading here. And that's where I'm seeing that procrastination come into play here, because this person is feeling like things aren't going to work out, or, you know, didn't grow between the two of you. The outcome's very beautiful. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and so your material world is looking really good. The relationships that you have that are very strong in your life, that you really nurture and connect with, are just building and growing in your life, and it looks really good. But something is bothering you here as far as the energy that you're bringing into your reading. So let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're going to start with this 10 of Cups. Tell me more about the 10 of Cups, please. Interesting. So we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Empress as clarification to that Ten of Cups. And so a lot of times you are really showing on the outside that everything is fine, but there's something that's really on your mind, that you get stuck on, but you try to focus on all the good happening around you. And I'm seeing that in your current situation, having fun, living in the moment, just feeling that life is good and you have total control over it. But there is that energy of a little bit of doubt that is tied up to a situation, and it feels like that Five of Cups of what you're looking at or feeling from the past that didn't work out, that disappointed you. So, and the Page of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and it could be somebody that wasn't very serious or didn't really commit to you or to a situation with you the way that you wanted it to turn out. So it was kind of a short-lived situation. Let's go ahead and clarify that Knight of Pentacles of where things are heading. Yeah, there it is again. So the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Cups, okay? As well as the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. The Star is at the bottom of the deck. And I like the energy that comes out other than that Five of Cups, but it is something that you feel you need to go through. Your material world over the next 7 days is really progressing and it looks really good. This plan that you have mapped out for yourself is really thriving and flourishing, and it's all turning out the way you want it to. But something from your past here kind of gets you down, even though your material world is looking good, even though you're receiving really good news and, luck is on your side and you're fulfilling a destiny that you set for yourself. So don't lose hope. Don't allow fear to get the best of you, or, things that didn't work out. You have to find a way to work through them and let that go and focus on everything good that's happening in your life. And it looks like when you're feeling that way, that's what Spirit wants you to really recognize is everything good that you have happening for you moving forward. So let's go ahead and clarify that Five of Cups for the energy that you're bringing to your reading. So the Five of Cups is clarified by the Judgment card, the Six of Wands, the King of Cups, as well as the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I see that with that energy of, disappointment of something that happened in your past, and that's never going to change, and that's okay. Move past that. I see that your focus is trying to really release that and let it go with the Judgment card, and kind of stepping into that rebirth of I'm leaving the past behind, feeling the success, the love, and you know who you are, you know what you want. But there's a little bit of deception tied up to that because you still feel a little bit of the can I trust, moving forward. And especially when it comes to people, can you trust certain people? Because someone here, definitely there's a disappointment that is tied up with that person that you are holding on to. And it's not like you're holding on to it and it's affecting everything through your day, but it does come up and it does bother you. But I see how much you are really trying to step into that new and showing yourself that things are different and things look good. This is a victory. There's a lot of love I have to give. There's a lot that I know about myself with this new me. But there's also the, I might have trust issues with certain people, or I can't believe everything that someone says. Let's go ahead and clarify that Ace of Pentacles in reverse for this person tied up to your reading. This person tied up to your reading brings the energy of feeling like things never really broke ground between the two of you. Like a seed was planted, but it never grew. And that it did teach them some kind of spiritual lesson here, and to look at things more closely of what's important to them, and focus more on their money and be comfortable in themselves and just wait for things to come to them. That's what they've learned from this. So the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, as well as the Knight of Swords here, but they're just, they're feeling like this is a lesson learned. Be happy with what you have, and be focused, learn more about yourself through even exploration here, with that Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is really showing that there's so much to discover in the world. And when something doesn't work out, don't just give up on everything, keep going. And that's the lesson that they've learned here in this situation with you. So let's go ahead and clarify that Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Hangman, the Three of Wands, the Tower, and the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. So when it comes to your material world, where I'm seeing a lot of that really flourish in your next 7 days, everything that you're working on really turns to self-satisfaction, and it's like a self-made kind of situation. You just have to reflect, let go of what you were waiting for to turn out, because that's going to hold you back, and push yourself to prove that you can move on from this situation that disappoints you, that didn't work out in the past here, in order to see all of the good that you're creating moving forward. I know you're really trying, but I know that that's what Spirit's trying to get across here, is that this situation does bother you still, and you will get through it. And if you were wondering how they felt, they definitely learned a lesson. So you taught this person a very strong lesson. They learned a spiritual lesson through the connection with you, and it's taught them to be comfortable with who they are. And maybe that's not the lesson you wanted them to learn, but that's what they've learned so far. So let's go ahead and get an oracle message for you, Aries. What do you want Aries to know about their reading? Be bold and make the first move, the cardinal moon, okay? Take those steps forward like you're wanting to do. Don't allow the past disappointment of what didn't work out hold you back here. I see you trying to shed that old skin and step into that new version of yourself, and finding that awakening in yourself that things are different, and feeling good about it. Keep doing the best that you can each day. Not every day is going to be the greatest, but find something great in that day. So a personal issue reaches what resolution? A full moon in Cancer, okay? Is at the bottom of the deck. So this is what I have for you, Aries. If it resonates with your situation, go ahead and hit that like button. I will see you in your next reading coming up. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.